I am doing a book haul to show you all the fun places I went with Ann Rose, my friend, who bought me this shirt, Be You, which is why I wore it. So I thought that was appropriate companionship. But I am very excited about all these books. We went shopping, Ann and I, yesterday. We had a little retail therapy. And in my case, retail therapy means I bought a lot of books. And but don't have a lot of money. So you know what we did? We went to thrift stores. So we went to a bunch of thrift stores. We did go to Copperfield's Books, my local indie store, first. And then we went to the library book sale. I actually just went to the library because the pin on my library card wasn't working. So when I was trying to like save books from the library so I could like, you know, oh, I want to read this book. Let's save it when it comes in. I can go get it, right? Request them. It wouldn't let me do it without the pin. But when we walked in, the very first thing we saw, they had the whole store open and they had lots of books in there. What I wanted to share today was all of these amazing books that I just bought, and I'm so excited, and I have to share them with someone. And as most of you know, I'm very addicted to BookTube right now. So I get on YouTube, and you can just search for BookTube, and all of these videos come up. There's a bazillion of them, and all these people are reading all these cool books. And I'm like, I want to read that book. I want to read that book. And I'll tell you, man, I'm not usually one to suffer from FOMO. Like, I'm not afraid of missing out on anything. I've got stuff to do. I'm busy, and I don't care what anyone else thinks cool. These books, serious FOMO. It's ridiculous. I don't know where this came from, but serious FOMO. So yeah, I'm a little terrified about all of these books I just bought, and thrilled. I'm so excited. I want to catch up. I want to read some. The cool part is, like, I look at the Goodreads when they vote for like the most popular books that year and all these categories. Half the time I've read maybe one book from any category. It's like I'm so far behind. But this year I've read so many that were published in 2024 already that I'm excited to see. I will at least know some of the books on the Goodreads voting list this year. So, you know, minor goals. These are small things that I'm very much looking forward to actually being a part of. It's like I'm in this world. I am publishing, I am writing, I am editing, I am reading books, but the books I read for fun are at a such smaller number than the books I read for work. And I'm like, I need to increase that for fun. Maybe if I just call it work, I'll prioritize it. That happens, right? And is anyone else like that? Right? It becomes work and suddenly you can find time for it. Yeah. Maybe that's what I need to do. But meanwhile, so I went shopping. Copperfield's Books is our local store. It's right close to us. The owners are amazing. They love indie writers. They're extremely supportive. They have our books in their store as well for our company, Cursed Dragon Ship Publishing. So you can go and find our books in their store as well. And I brought them more books on Saturday because they needed a refill. I mean, come on, see, it's good. And while I was there, I had specific things I was looking for. Because we are doing a project, Zafo and I, that will be out soon. By soon, I mean it'll be a few weeks, but we're going to get a few of them ready and all ready to go before we send them out. But one of the books I needed for that project was How to Train Your Dragon. So I needed the book. Now, I've seen the movie 8,000 times. I have it memorized. I listen to the John Pell soundtrack on a regular basis while I'm writing, but I've never read the original book. So I'm like, you know, I really need it. So I asked if they had one, and they did. So I got this one. I know, so I'm very excited about that. Also, the Her Kid thing, the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do that I am doing, which is helping me read more as well. And reading more new books too. That one of the categories was to find a indie book from your indie bookstore. Right? So an author who is local at your local indie bookstore. And I was like, well, look. So while I was there at Copperfield's, I'm like, let me just buy that. So I ended up getting Tales from Grimlock Cove by Oscar Whiting. And Oscar Whiting was at the author signing event that we were at, the author indie, I'm going to forget the name, but that Copperfield's does every year in the spring. And so I was there as well with my books. And so I met him and he was awesome. And Jessica Rainey, one of our authors, was right beside him. And she's like, yeah, he's really cool. I think that book is awesome. And so she bought a copy. And I was like, well, I guess maybe I should get a copy. So I got it today. I got the last one too. So his books are selling too. So this is a good bookstore to go to. And so I was like, cool, I'm going to read it. And this is like a horror-based story. So that looks like a lot of fun. And look at that cover. That cover is a winner. I have to see who his cover artist is. Actually, I'm going to look right now. See who his cover artist is. There's the thing. All right. Looks like cover design by Cover Kitchen. I have to look it up. So I'm very excited about that. So that one, and that will do for the challenge, and because I want to read it because I'm loving it. It's a beautiful cover, isn't it, Birdie? And it's signed. Look at that. See? Another good thing about going to the local store with the local indie people. Signed books. And then I got a few books that, one more for book challenge by Erin that I do every year. One Perfect Couple. Now this one I reserved on Libby. I reserved the ebook copy of this one on Libby, but it's still going to be another 16 weeks. And I was at the bookstore anyways. I like supporting local business, and I didn't want to wait 16 weeks. So I went ahead and bought it. So this is for book challenge by Erin, so I can get this one done. And again, a lot of talk about this one. So if this one ends up in the Goodreads Awards, I'm like, I've read it. So I'm excited about that too. And then a couple books that I have been excited, and that's actually a lot of the ones I bought, or ones that I have seen talked about on BookTube for the last few years and been really excited about, but just haven't gone and because if I go out and buy all the books I want, we're not going to be able to pay our mortgage. So, all right. So this is, I'm shedding a little bit. Sorry about that. So ones I'm excited about. One of them is This Is How You Lose the Time More. I've wanted this for years. These two authors here, Max Gladstone and Amal El Motar, they were both interviewed on writing excuses. So they were both interviewed on writing excuses. There's like a whole series, and I was interested before, but after listening to them talk about it, it's incredible. And this is a time travel, obviously it's time travel between red and blue, and it's a sapphic romance. So they communicate through these letters, and it's so fascinating. It's not that thick, right? So it's kind of nice too to have this very satisfying story and it not take me a month to read it. So I'm really excited about that. I've wanted it forever. So this was the perfect excuse to grab it. And then also My Best Friend's Exorcism. I've been wanting this one forever too. This is Grady Hendrix. Grady Hendrix is huge in the horror world, and I have not read anything by him yet. So I am excited this will be my first one. It's a very 80s horror thing, or horrors theme. They said it feels like a slasher book. And that's about all I know about it. But it looks really fun, exciting, and that, look at that, like the VHS with the stickers on it. It's very nostalgic too. So kind of that Stranger Things nostalgia kind of feel. So we'll have to see. And then for fun, because last time I was there, Coloring Books Where I Like Them, I found at a different store sticker books where there was pictures and you could put stickers in them. And so I told them again, go meet your local bookstore people. They will listen to what you want. They'll order books for you. It's really cool. And so at this one, I said, have you seen any of those sticker books where like you can peel off the stickers and then put them in and make the picture with the stickers instead of coloring them? She's like, I haven't. I'll have to find out. And so when I went back, she got one. Look at this. Pride and Prejudice sticker book. I love it. And I love to do these kind of things when I am like sitting and watching TV, which I'm not doing as much of now because I'm reading. But yesterday we were finishing Acolyte, Star Wars, which completely broke my heart. I don't know if I want to watch season 2, just for the record. But so we are watching Acolyte, and so I did a couple of the stickers. Look, this one's all Pride and Prejudice. So here's all the characters. But see the stickers? How cute is that? And then what was this one? This one, At the Dance. I've not read Pride and Prejudice yet, but, you'd have to live under a rock to not know the main characters or storyline. It is on my list, though, so I should read it this year. Look at that. So cool. So we've got some more. So they look like this when there's no stickers. And then in the back are all the cool stickers. Isn't that awesome? So it's a puzzle with stickers. I'm excited. So that was fun. So I've already even started using that, and I just bought it yesterday. To me, that's success. And then after that, as I said in the intro, sorry, I moved my leg out of the way so I can get these. We went to the library to fix my library card. And I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 books from the library. And one of the ones Anne got, she's going to lend me later because I want to read it too. But 8 books. But we bought all of these books, and my 8 was $20. $20 for 8 books, and that $20 helps fund the library, right? Like, I'm like, how can you, it's just awesome. All right. So the first two that I found were oldies but goodies that I have not read yet. So I got them to see, but they're on my list. I've been wanting to read them. One is The Help. So I look forward to reading that. Who's that one by? Catherine Stockett. So I want to read The Help. And Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. I know this one isn't as old, but again, I've been wanting to read it for a while and I haven't. So this one I did see the movie on. This one I have not seen the movie on either. So this will be fresh for me. And then this one I get to see how the book compares. So I am excited about that. And Kevin Kwan has some new stuff out too. So it'd be cool to like read this one and decide if I am a fan or not. So that's the first two. On the more literary trend, which Alex will be a repeating offender today. Alex Michaelides, I'm assuming, since he's Greek. And this is The Maidens. And this is it's literary fiction with still a murder mystery. So it's supposed to be very cleverly written and fun. And note a silent patient, that will come up later. So very excited about this. Again, this has been all over the internet, and I like to read me some lit fic too, especially when it has more twist to it and it's not just all navel gazing, because navel gazing, not my thing. And another one is Dreamland. So this is historical fiction. And this one is an old classic as well, as in modern classic, I guess. And I have never read it and I wanted to. And this one is by Kevin Baker. So I will look forward to this one. This one is in New York in the 1930s. Well, early 1900s anyways. So this one is a doozy, but that's pretty typical of historical fiction, isn't it? So look forward to this one. There's another reason why I wanted to do this, because as I've been doing my, TBR picks, like I'm all set to do my August TBR to like pull them and decide what I'm reading. A lot of these books that I have, I keep skipping them. Like on purpose, like I don't want to read that. And I'm like, well, that's just silly. Why the heck do I have these books I don't want to read? Don't want to read right now is different from don't want to read ever. So I'm every single one of these books I'm excited to get to, and that was kind of the point. So I needed a revamp, and for $20 for 8 books to help the library, I'm not going to say no. Let's see these. Oh, this one I had not heard of. This is also a lit fiction. It's Lillian Bob Boxfish Takes a Walk by Kathleen Rooney. So this looks really cool. It's a woman who is like a fashion icon and I don't know, some big person in New York City. It's fiction though. This is not a real person. And then, she's like in her 80s now and she's like, you know what? I'm just going for a walk. And she just walks around New York and I have no idea what happens and I don't care. It really looks fascinating. Turns out it was a book of the month a few years ago. I had no idea. Notice this one is not marked book of the month, right? So I had no idea. And so I'm excited to see where this one goes. Now for the ones I did hear of and I heard a lot of hype of and I've really been wanting to read. And one of them is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. So this one is contemporary women's lit and just looks amazing. And I've had just rave reviews that I have watched on the people that I watch. And I'm like, I want to read it. So now I have it. And it's a hardback. Look, I know I'm almost 50 years old, but can I tell you something? I never get tired of fairy tale retellings. I love fairy tales. I love new interpretations of them. I just love it. From the library, the last 2 I got, which I found like we were almost leaving and I found them. Sorry, Zepho. is Naomi Novak, Uprooted, and Spinning Silver. And this one's hardback. These books, this was $1. This was $2. I mean, come on. Go to your library. I'm telling you, man. Go see what people are donating because this is incredible. But I love fairy tale retellings. And these are awesome. I mean, this one had a Starred Publishers Weekly review, so you know it's good. So I'm very excited. Now we decided, let's go thrifting. And so I wanted to go look and see what they had at the thrift stores. Why not? I've seen people do it online. They can sometimes find some really cool stuff. And I'm like, there's so many more books I want to read that I do not have the budget for. So let's go find them. And so I went looking. The very first thrift store, nothing. I was like, not going to be good luck this time. I don't know why. I thought this would be fun. There was nothing. So the next thrift store we went to, because I don't give up that easily, we did happen to find a couple that I hope are good. Now, I'm not sure, but I will say I just read my first Kristen Hanna. It was Nightingale. I read it earlier this year, and it was so good. It was well written. It was fascinating. The characters had me gripped. I cried. It was so good. It's historical fiction about two sisters in German-occupied France during World War II. And also surprised me because I'm like, I'm tired of World War II stories, all right? I mean, that's enough. But I'd never, ever heard anything like this one. It was so good. And so they had two of earlier Kristen Hanna books. This one is Magic Hour and Night Road. Now, she wrote more like thriller kind things before she started doing the hardcore research for her historical fictions. So because I like her writing so much, I really wanted to try them. And they were like, let's see, this one was $1 and this one was $2. So I'm like, you know what? I loved that one book, which, by the way, shows you out there, you write one really good book, people are going to be fascinated. They want to know what else. So I'm going to try these two. And the other thing I found was by Susanna Clark. And anyone who pays attention might know what this is because I've gotten it recommended to me multiple times. There is no cover jacket on it, but it is the hard cover. Which might be too hard to read, we're going to find out, but I couldn't resist. And this is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. So I am excited. Like I said, there's no dust jacket, but it's in fine condition. But again, I don't keep these. Now, what I am worried about is it's got like encyclopedia size writing. Look at that. This one I'm gonna feel it. But it had been recommended so many times, I feel like I kind of need to read it. 781 pages it says, but I have a feeling it's going to feel like 1,781. So we shall see about this one. The next Goodwill we went to was awesome. They had so many books, and I had to limit what I was getting. They're all the way back here. Like, I had to put a couple back because I was like, all right, this is getting ridiculous. And, if I said it's getting ridiculous, it's getting ridiculous. So first one I got was Leah on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli. This one was recommended by Anne. And this is by the same people the same author who did the Love, Simon book. I don't think the book's called Love, Simon, though. It's Simon versus the Homo sapiens. So I got this one. I love the movie Love, Simon. I've not read the book. So I like this, and I do like YA, and she's a drummer, so how cool is that? So it's also about a band, and I love YA that isn't just angsty, why doesn't he like me, right? There's more things to it than that when we were growing up. I mean, that's not that we didn't ever think, did this person like me or I like them? And it is a part, hormones are going, these are things, but it isn't the only thing. There were other things we were dealing with at that age. So I like when there's other stuff involved, and that's what this looks like. So I am excited to read that. Becoming by Michelle Obama. This is on my TBR. It's been on my TBR since it came out, and I've never gotten to it. So I was like, $3. I'll take it. Win. So now I have this one. And now when memoir comes up on my TBR, I have a book for it because I don't own any. Now I do. Every Last Word. This one was also recommended by Anne. So we will see. It's by Tamara Ireland Stone. I know just about nothing about it. Something about reading minds or something. So we'll see. This one, I don't know. I'll let you know when I get to it. But this one, Anne said I should read it, and I trust her. Let's see. Next one isn't very exciting because this one is the book 2 in the Ranger's Apprentice. It's The Burning Bridge. I bought it because it's $2, and I have book 1 that I haven't read yet. It's behind me over here somewhere. So I have book 1, and I have not read it. And Anne was like, well, what if it sucks? I'm like, it's $2. So if it's good, then I have this book for $2. If not, I guess I wasted $2, and I'll just donate both of them together to the next people who might like it. So I couldn't resist. It had book 2. $2. Next one is Merci Suarez Can't Dance. And this one I've recently seen people talk of, though I don't think it's a new release. But yet somebody had picked it up, maybe like I did, right? And they're like, oh, what is this? And they were excited about it. And I love middle grade. I think I have like 3 middle grade on my TBR, so I'm all about getting another one. When you read like the really dense fantasy, dark fantasy, or these murder mysteries and stuff, it's nice to get a middle grade in there to lighten it up and, change the mood a little bit so you don't go into some kind of deep, dark, scary tunnel. And then A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. It is Deborah Harkness, right? Her name's covered up, but I'm pretty sure that's who it is. This is, Harkness. This has been all over everything. I am way behind on this train, and I've been wanting to read it. I mean, there's already like a show about it or something. Isn't there a show? It doesn't say. But I'm pretty sure there's even a show about it. And I have been wanting this forever. So I'm really excited. And it's chunky, but not really, right? Like, it's more bigger writing and it's younger. So it should be nice and fun to read. I can't remember for sure if it's YA or not. I just think it is. I don't know. But I don't care. I wanted it and I got it because it was $2. Goodwill. I'm telling you, man, who knew? And then the last Goodwill we went to, they had, actually I had a much bigger stack at this one, but their books, okay, notice I said $1, $2. Their books were $5 and $6 and $7. And normally that's a stiller deal. After you've been paying $1 and $2 all day, now it feels like they're way overpriced. Everything is about, it was another Goodwill. There was no reason. Same area, we just drove around our area. So it's not like it was suddenly in a rich neighborhood or something and now everything should cost more. So it was really weird. So I limited and I only bought 4. And one of them is The Martian. I know everyone on the planet has read this except me. So it's my turn. So The Martian. Because I need to like read the other 2 and I haven't even read The Martian yet. I know they're not a series, but I do like to read authors in order too. Something about watching them learn how to write I really like. So Martian. I've heard nothing but good stuff about David McCullough if you like nonfiction historical books. Because his are not just dry facts. He does like a creative narrative around it. Really, really immersing you in the time. So it's like you're experiencing it. Not just these are the facts of what happened. Again, that's what I've heard. I have no idea if that's true. But I'll let you know. Pineapple Street. This one I've seen all over the place too. So it's been on everyone's thing. What's it about? I don't know. I don't care. It was there and I really wanted it. And it's a beautiful, shiny, gorgeous cover. And I love colors. So it's mine now. And then finally, remember I told you about that Alex Michaelides coming up again? Ta-da! The Silent Patient. I don't know if this is his first book, but I do know this is the first big one. The first one that won awards and then was out there and everyone was really excited about. So this, I do know what this one's about. It's a woman who, her husband comes home and she shoots him 5 times. And so she kills him and then she never says another word. So she's the silent patient. This story is about the psychiatrist who's like, what's up with this chick? And so he goes in and tries to, find out what's going on and all that kind of stuff. Those are my books. That's what I got. That's why I needed a whole box to bring them all in. And let's see. So what I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. See, it wasn't 35, Zapo. It was 28. You're totally exaggerating. 28 books. That's all. I am going to go through my bookshelf and decide which ones I'm like, not really into. And then I'm going to get all of these on it. And then I will be ready to do my August TBR. All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming. And I hope you enjoyed the book haul. What have you bought lately? Have you found anything thrifting that you're like, oh, no way. I can't believe they have that. If so, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. I was like, Zapo, can you help me carry these books in? He's like, wait, what now?